Heavyweight fight here. Martin Buday coming in at minus 210 against Josh Parisian, sitting at plus 170. Over under 1.5 rounds, minus 245 for the over, plus 205 for the under. And this is a rough one. I'm not going to lie. Josh Parisian coming in 2-3 in his last 5. Martin Buday 5-0. He hasn't lost in a very long time. But his fights are very greasy. 6'4" for both men. These are some true heavyweights, to say the least. Buday, his last time out, got a win against Jake Collier. And he's undefeated in the UFC. For Josh Parisian, last time out, he lost to Jamal Pogues. His only wins in the UFC are Alan Badeau and Roque Martinez by split. He's lost to Dante Mays and Parker Porter. I've never been very impressed with Josh Parisian. Martin Buday, not super impressive either. What does he do on the feet? He'll throw a good amount. Not a lot of knockouts in the UFC. Actually, 0 knockouts in the UFC. All wins by decision, 3-0. He did get a knockout on the Contender Series, though. This is a greasy one. His only loss is to Juan Espino, though, which was back in 2017. Espino, if you don't know him, he was a pretty good wrestler back in the day and retired 10-2. He's in the UFC, but he retired, and he wasn't bad at all. So his only loss is to a pretty solid opponent. In this one, what are you thinking?
Yeah, it's tough. Like, there's things on both sides that make me think each guy has a chance to win here. As crazy as it sounds, this is, like you said, this is as greasy as it gets. First, you got Martin Buday. He landed 98 strikes against Jake Collier over the course of 3 rounds. Like, heavyweight, that's pretty decent. Like, he's got decent volume for a big dude. Beats Lucas Brzeski through a decent amount, through the better shots, at least in my opinion. And if you look at his stats, he does have a slightly negative strike differential, but he's throwing over 5 significant strikes landed per minute, which is decent for the heavyweight division. It shows that, the cardio is, I guess, could be decent for a heavyweight. He has 100% takedown defense, which I think is a good thing in this fight against Josh Parisian. And if you look at Josh, he maybe doesn't have the cardio or quite as large for the volume, but in his fights, where's the number? He's finished damn near every one of his wins. So that's something to look at too. Are you going to go with the guy who wins by decision, who's got good kickboxing, doesn't really mess with the wrestling or anything, and has a high, 100% takedown defense? Or are you going to go with the dude in the fight that's going to look to finish the fight wherever it goes, on the ground, on the feet, whatever way he can? Like, it just makes it so hard for me to pick. If I do have to make a pick here at the end of the day, I'm probably not betting on this greasy fight, but I am going to go Martin Buday. I think this fight probably will play out on the feet. I like his volume more. I like how he'll mix in the kicks, and over a course of a 3-round fight, which I think this thing could very easily go, I just think he's going to land more volume, do a little bit more damage to the lead leg, and maybe edge out a decision. But if you can find a win or just a fight ends by split decision prop, I think that could be a good play here, because this is just greasy.
Yeah, I think this is Buday like all day, but like you said, it's this greasy heavyweight. So, how confident can you really be? Parisian, he's been losing fights by getting taken down. So that's what kind of worries me here. His only reason he was losing to Jamal Pogues is because he got taken down. Lost to Dante Mays because he got taken down. Lost to Parker Porter because he got taken down. So his only losses in the UFC are because he got taken down. Buday never landed a takedown and never shot for one. So it's probably going to be a stand-up fight. And these heavyweights, it gets greasy, especially if you're playing, a volume-type game. That's kind of where they're at. Buday is a durable guy that just kind of wants to outwork you. So, greasy. I'm going to go with Buday to get the win and for the pick. But, yeah, just probably one to lay off.